All right, I just wanted to do a video just to show you guys how to do a due diligence checklist for the properties that we are planning on marketing. This is a very simple task that I would constantly need. It's a recurring task. So what I'm going to be doing is when we get properties that are available, I'm going to be posting it on this shared Google Sheets file so you guys can access it. Um, I'm going to be filling in this type of information, the county and yada yada, whatever it's in, APN, so you guys know how to pull it up, pull the property up, and what property ID it is. Um, what I would need from you guys is pretty much just simply fill in the size, zoning, coordinates, utility, shape, topography, and that is really it. And then we will have another side where it is like we'll have a marketer that posts on these properties, these sites. But the main thing I wanted to show you guys is that I actually went ahead and made some resource areas on the top right here, so you guys could easily just click on this area. You'll have the credentials to each one of these logins on a separate sheet, so that you can, log into here and actually find this information very easily. So that being said, let's go ahead and start some due diligence processing. So if you click on the resource tab of here, you're going to easily go to My First American right up here. So just click there, you're going to be able to log in, and I already have a video kind of on how to go over that. But let's get in here and pretty much I'll show you how to simply um, do a little due diligence, and let's get in here. Just let me in. Internet's a little slow. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do so you don't get confused is just click on farming. It's a very cleaner way to research the properties, and you're going to want to type in the county that it's located in. So let's go ahead and find the county. We have San Bernardino County, and let's just go ahead and do PID 022. How about that? That's a pretty easy one. So we're going to highlight the APN. You know it's in San Bernardino. Check the county. Simply type in the APN, search. Okay. And the first thing you're going to do is pretty much I want you guys just to find the acreage. And if the acreage is not showing you, it's not showing you the acreage, then you just got to click on this button. It's not showing the parcels. You got to click on this parcel. It's this little tab right here, and be like acres, this and that, blah blah blah. Um, let's go. Now we don't want to pull that one up. We just want to exit out of that really quick. And so what we're going to do is you have the property pulled up. There's a lot of things you could do just with this alone. And eventually I'll have you guys like taking pictures of this property, doing screenshots so we could just, market it pretty easily. But for now, we're just going to do a little due diligence and on the property. So what we're going to do is we see that it's a 15-acre property. It's 15 acres, and the shape looks like a rectangle. So it's a rectangle shape, and it is um, pretty much in. That's really all you really need to know on it. So let's go back to marketing. We have this property. Um, we're gonna go fill in the shape of it, which is rectangle. I spelled that wrong. Not rectangle, but rectangle. And I think that's how you spell rectangle. Topography, you could actually kind of tell from First American how it's going to be, but we're going to have another way to do that, and that's through Google Earth and Google Maps. But the other thing you wanted to do, I want to do was actually do the size of it. So the size is 15 acres. Okay, and that would be about it. So best way to do this is to simply oh yeah, that's it for that aspect of it. So another way I wanted to show you guys is actually to check the zoning. The zoning on this property is pretty easy to find too. We're going to go to land use services in the county that it is pretty much in, and I'll have a link for every county that we do. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, all right, we got that. There we go. All right. So, we're gonna do accept, and the way this works, it's pretty easy actually. Um, you're just going to type in the APN of the property from this Google file, and you're going to be able to look it up. So here we go, right here. And this, a lot of counties have this. It's very easy actually. So we're going to verify the rural living, which I know it's rural living. So, but I'm just going to show you guys how to find the rest of them. And Los Angeles County, for example, will have a different way of looking this up, but I'll have a, you know, you just kind of copy and paste that into the search bar. Super easy. And each parcel, each county will have their own zoning lookup map, and let's figuring out why this is not pulling up. I might just have to zoom in on the property. Sometimes you got to do that. So the way you do that is you're going to locate the parcel with First American, and I know it's right here. Let's find it really quick. It's right there. We're going to zoom out, and it's right in Apple Valley. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom into Apple Valley, and simply find the area of that property. Very slow. Don't worry about it. Here's the areas, Gustine Street. The property is actually around here somewhere. Um, Typically, like I said, you can pull this up with the APN. I don't know why it's not doing it right now, but pretty much the 15 acre is right here. And you click on this, and obviously it's going to tell you the APN. And let's see for additional. Oh, it's in the county, so let's see. I don't know why it's not telling me that. The other way you could simply check the zoning is simply just by calling the county itself. You could do that just by, and usually I don't know why it's not saying that. It's saying this right here where um, it usually just tells you the zoning actually. It's the purpose of this, but of course for the sixth video I'll go another method. Another way you could do it is simply call this planning number right here, 909-387-8311, and you can just ask them what is the zoning for this APN of the property right here. And they're going to say it's rural and blah blah blah, and you just type that in. And while you're on the phone with them, you might as well just ask them, well, if I'm with you now, what utility providers are in that area? You see, I have that link or that number above the utility providers too. The utility providers, they're going to have um, simply they're going to be able to tell you what companies are in that area, and they're gonna give you the number to that company, or they're gonna tell you what company you might have to research online. But most of the times they have the numbers to the companies that govern the area. Like here's an account with this water company that I have, shows me where all the water mains and everything like that are in this area that we kind of invest into. But for the most part, that's not everywhere. You just usually have to find them by calling the county itself. So that will show you what utility providers are there. So you just fill that in, and then we move on. And the next step is to simply just, and I think it's the last step, is to now just find the topography and the coordinates of the property. And that is extremely easy to do. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the property on Google or on My First American, and you know the property's right there. Okay, so how you find it is you just simply match it with Google Maps. Let's go to satellite, and the link is right there in the file. So zoom out. find the property. And most of these properties do not have an actual address to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much just get the coordinates to it. And I already know where it's at. I've already dealt with this property. It's right about here. Okay, so the thing is, you can't see the parcel map. You generally know where it's at, but if you click on this little roadmap view instead of the satellite view, you actually will be able to see the parcel. Let's see if you can kind of see that. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. You can see it probably better on your computer, but this is let's get that out of here. It's you'd and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretty much just click on the coordinates. Click on the coordinates of the property. Here's the coordinates right here. You could simply just click on those and it's going to tag it. And what you're going to want to do is just copy that and paste it into Google Maps. Okay, I mean not Google Maps, I'm sorry. You're going to copy and paste this coordinates into here. There we go. See? And then now when people ask for the coordinates, they'll be like, hey, we got the coordinates right here. Now, the topography you can actually do on Google Maps as well, but I listed a link to Google Earth right here, just so you can see a three-dimensional point of it. So if you go like back on the satellite view, you see click this 3D button right here, 3D, and you can kind of see just a little bit like how the topography is. So this does not really show me much. If I angle it a certain way, you're going to see that it's kind of sloped. But let's go to Google Earth. Uh, you'll have to let Google Earth load, but I already preloaded it for the sakes of the video because it's a little slow. But let's zoom into the property and let's find the topography of it. And there it is. Remember, you're just trying to get the general area of it. And you know this is a mountain, so there has to be some kind of probable, like possible incline on it. But let's go ahead and rotate this around. Let's see. Uh, Whoops. No, 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 no. We're going back in there. And actually, I usually use the software. If you guys have the software Google Earth, it's much easier to use. But not everybody can, download that. So I just downloaded it, and it's free software. So I'm pretty much just using Control, and then I'm using the mouse button to kind of move around and see the property. So we're looking at this, and I just want to make sure that, is this thing flat or what's going on with it? So wondering why. I'm trying to, yeah, just like that. Just drag it. Ugh, it's really slow, is what it is. So it's pretty much flat. You might be able to find other resources and that tells you, um, how it is. It might be slight. It's virtually flat. It's going to be um, very flat. So this is the topography of it. If anything, it has a slight slope, but there's nothing that you can't really complain about that too much. So we're going to go ahead and say this is a flat property. Flat. And if it's a sloped, if it's on a hill or if it's like slightly sloped, just put slightly sloped. But if it's on a hill, put, hill or something like that. If it's on a steep slope, like could you build on that and just put steep slope or, something in that nature. And what we're going to do is we're going to collect all these details and we are going to eventually put them all in a listing. But at the moment, I just want these details like this. And, we can simply just have them on file. The utilities, remember, this is going to be filled in. I think I know that there is no, let's say, no electricity electricity. Or if there's any, don't put that there's no electricity. Just put the utilities that are known. So if you know there's electricity, just put electricity. If you know there's water because you called them and they said, oh, here's the water company, and then the water company's like, oh, here, yeah, there's a water line right there. It costs you like $10,000 to put in. You could put even a note like 10K to install meter. And that's typical in this area, right? Like, so I click on here and there's electricity, there's water, and 10K to install a meter. It's very good information. But in that case, I don't know actually yet if there's anything like that in this area. So I'll leave that blank, and that would be it, really, for the property. And when you call into the San Bernardino County, they're going to ask you for the APN. Remember, the APN is just right over here. Remember that you can click on these links and they're going to go straight there instead of navigating through, like, let's say San Bernardino County Services, the whole like website and everything. These are going to go straight there, and I will have more resources in here. This is a shared file. It will be updated along the way, and that's all you really need to know. I'm sure we're going to have more details on like what we want to fill in later, but for now, that is it. Thank you. I'm Justice, and I will see you in the next tutorial video. Bye.